How to use Google Docs like a pro. We're gonna start with the basic tools and we shall dive into some other bonus tips. So let's dive into the video. Alright, let's first search for Google Docs. Alright, click the first link or use the link I'm gonna display on your screen. So you have to sign in. Remember, it's a Google ecosystem. That means I need to have a Google account. So insert your email, set our email, then password. So right here we're gonna create a new document. As you see, the different ways of creating types of document. It may be a resume, a letter, project proposal, procure. Right? Just wanna start a blank document. Again, there are some other ways of starting a document. Actually, there are 3 ways so far that we're gonna cover in this video how you can start a document. Right, then method 2 is click on file, then new, then document. That's our second way of creating a document. Our last way of creating a document, I'm gonna start with opening a tab right here. Alright, let's paste in our link, then hit enter. So this is another way that you can create your document without using the basic method. If at all you wanna create it first, that's the fastest way. And our blank document, let me type in what we're gonna use to edit. Now for this video, we're gonna look at these tools, these editing tools. Then in our future videos, we'll look at the other tools. So let me first highlight. I see the word is too tiny, so let's adjust the font. If you wanna adjust the font, that's where you adjust the font from. So this is our search, where we can search our menus. For instance, search for help. Here we can increase the font size. The other thing that we have to do is set up our page. Now here this section is for pages, then this section is the pageless. Let's first look at the pages. This is where we want our page to apply the settings to. Is it applying to the old document or the select content? This applies when you have so many pages. Maybe let's consider the selected content. Then what's the orientation? Is it landscape or portrait? Portrait is always the best. Then the paper size, it's by default. Then our margins, if you want to set our margins in inches, here is where we can adjust, but I just prefer leaving it right as it is. Then heading over to the pageless section, this will help us to add large tables or images. So let's set our background color and set maybe blue. Okay, then after we click OK, or we restore to default. For now, let's just click OK. So this is our background color. We've set our color to blue, but it looks weird actually. Let's just go back and change our settings. So let's just restore to default and okay. So it's gonna go back. Oh, sorry. So let's just go back on our page setup and remove the color. Let's remove the color and hit OK. So it is gone. Then let's head over to our search. Then we go to inserting a drop down. Okay, let's set a new drop down. So if we wanna set up a drop down, we need to go to our next line. So let's set our drop down right here. We'll come right here and we select to insert the drop down, and we can either select a new drop down or project status or review status. Let's start with these preset drop downs. So this is not selected, and let's try to decrease the font size. Let's try to decrease the font size. Let's set it as 14. That's 14. It's too small. Okay, 20. I just want it to be visible so that you can view it as well. So let me select the drop down, and so these are the presets. So if you want to edit, we just come here, add or edit, and project status, let me say Wamv file, then edit, then view, insert. But we can also add, if you want, you can add an item still. Let's just make it option 5, then we save. So you see our file is right here. So when I tap, I'll see the file, edit, view, insert, option 5. Let's edit, insert a drop down, review status. So this is a review status. Then we do the same thing, we come to edit, then we set our review status to, okay, let's just say review, since it's a review status. Now we change this to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then hit save. So let's go finally insert the drop down, and this time round it's our new drop down. Okay, let's just leave it as it is. If you want, we can change the color red. Let me see, these are the different colors that we can use. Then I save. Okay, this is option 1. So this is how the drop down is made. So let's move forward. Let me give an example. Let me just type in Wamv on the tech. This is undo, then redo. It's coming back, undo, then redo. On our keyboard, if you want to undo, we press Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Now if you want to redo, press Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Y. That's how we can redo and undo. Now if you want to print our work, we just tap the printer icon, and now we select the printer. For instance, I'm using this printer, and select the pages that we want. If you want to print all, we select all. If you want to customize, we can customize pages ranging from 1 maybe to 5, but I don't have them. I just have one page. And now the color, is it in color or black and white? So when we set it in color, we'll have our colors right here, and these colors will appear on our sheet. Then these are the more settings, the paper size, the pages per sheet, the margins, the scaling, and all that. Here is where you print. You just click here and print. Alright, let's cancel, go back. Now here is the spelling or grammar. Let's first make a mistake right now. Okay, if it's untitled, then we remove U. When we remove T, that is our word that we can use. We can just tap right here. You see, it has detected the correction where we have to do the correction, and we just have to accept. But when we accept, it is corrected. But let me show you something. These are all the errors that we've made. So let's see whether it's gonna detect all. So it has detected all. When I click this arrow, it's moving to all except for that, and it's showing me also that, and it's showing me also that, and that too. So if you have multiple pages, this is the easiest way to correct the errors that you have, instead of scrolling down and making sure that maybe you proofread and find the errors yourself. Alright, this is the paint format as you see. So this is the scaling. If you want to scale our page, so we have scaled it to 125% to 200%. That is huge. Let's take it back to normal. Sorry, let me disable this, the painting format. Then let me select these, and what type of text is this? Is it a heading? Let's make that as a title. Then let's make this as H2, heading 2. That means it's smaller than the other. So this will be huger. The one, if we select this and we give it H1, that means it's gonna be huger, larger, like because it's a heading 1. Yeah, so here are the options. You can save it as a default styles or use our default styles, and also reset styles. So let's select this. Moving on to the font style, let's give it this font. Okay, that's the font that we can give. And heading over to the font size, I think we have seen how the font size works, so let's skip that. Let me select, put it in normal. Selecting this, since this is our heading, headings are always better to be bolded, so just bolding our heading, and that's how we can bold our heading. Now let's make this section of text italic. We're applying the italics, so that's how we can apply. And let's underline our heading with this underlining, so it's underlined, right? Our text color, our heading, we want to give it a color, give it red, and let's try to highlight. Maybe let's highlight this word. Just click right here. Highlight is always best in yellow. So we have highlighted our word. Now let's try to insert the link on this word. Just come right here. So let's link it to our YouTube channel. So we have linked this word to our YouTube channel. You see, when I hover, you see that our YouTube channel is visible on the tech, and which is pretty cool. That means that when I have a document and I put my links, we can insert another link if we want. We can search and maybe apply something like that, because when I tap here we can view, and when I tap right here it's gonna open our YouTube channel. So let me try to add a comment on this word. I'll come right here and I wanna add a comment. Let me just say best, then comment. So our comment has been added successfully. So in case I click on it, it will show here that I commented, something like that. Alright, moving over, let me try to show you how we can set up an image. Click right here, we can upload from our computer. Right here, and we can search from Wamv. Let me try to search for some images. So here is where we can search. Let me search for waterfall. So these are the images. So the only way we can just copy and paste, we can just drag to here where we want them to be. So that's how you can insert images from the web, and we can insert from the Google Drive, photos, Google Photos, from your camera. You can take using maybe your phone or take using your computer. Then by URL, in case you have a URL, you can just insert your image using the URL. So moving on to the three dots right here, the section that we're gonna work on is, let me try to select this. So this is the alignment. Let's try to align to the center. So this is how we can align our text to the center, clicking on the arrow and to the right, then to the center, then to justify. Alright, so let's include our line spacing to 1.5, or we can maybe double our spacing, or can do the custom spacing. And here we want to make a checklist menu, so just select the checklist, and wherever item you check is cancelled. And let's go to bullets, drop down, and these are the different kinds of bullets. Okay, we select the basic, you can use these. Okay, so just go to the numbers, you can use these numbers basing on this is Roman numerals and alphabets. Okay, these are numbers, numbers. Let's try to increase and decrease the indent. So this is how we can decrease the indent, and this is how we can increase the indent. In case you wanted to extend your word, maybe your words at a certain position of your page, this is the best way you can do it. So now I just want to clear the format in these text items. So I'll just tap right here and all the formats are gone. So here is where we can select our document is in editing mode, where we can select the viewing mode. So our document will just be viewed, no anything like correction. It's blinking right here, but when you press your keyboard you can edit unless you change this to editing. Yeah, basically this arrow will hide the upper section of our tool section, and that's it, your first hand in your Google Docs setup. Hope you've learned something today, and if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and a subscribe for videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, blessings.